What's popular, YouTube? Another day, another demo. This time, Aleksib farming that sweet G2 ass here on OG. The match is from a comment. Okay. Salty, we finally got to it, my friend. Thank you so much for dating it. August 29th, we were able to go ahead and look at Alexi's recent history and find it easily. Alexi, how you been doing, dude? Close losses recently, some 16-14 losses with OG, and for me, it's expected a little bit just because I feel like the talent is there, but they've got some streakiness to the talent, and I think some of the close losses they've had have been pretty impressive. You know, like they've come close and just like slightly choked, and I think it's frustrating for them. But I think on looking as a fan, if you who wants success for OG, I think you're kind of like I feel like it's kind of impressive what they've done with the team so far. I like the team a lot. One of my favorite teams to watch for sure. I'm definitely OG all day. Alexi B, Automatic, and Flesha, and Stewie, and Art. Probably my favorite players to watch, I'd think. Like, probably all time. Don't know what it is that's special about them, but they've all got something that's a little different that I love. Alexi B, because he does a lot of aggressive individual stuff, because he's calling it's like an IGL, like it's super cool to watch how an IGL plays within a lineup. Usually the IGL not the most skilled player on the team. Usually, in this situation, he absolutely was. And in fact, some of their more recent games, he's had halves that are like 17-0, 16-0, like crazy outstanding performances. So that's cool. So we'll go ahead and finally watch this Alexi B demo. Thank you so much to Mr. Salty for that recommendation. I was recommended before. But, man, all these games have just been popping up. Before we get into that, okay, listen, guys. Introducing the BOXR Faceit Hub, okay? I have to explain something. Okay, listen. I think that the game Counter-Strike is an amazing game. It's an incredible game. I think we all agree on that. I've seen a lot of my favorite games come and go, die, be ignored, get changed too much, Counter-Strike is Fortnite in Season 2. Counter-Strike is StarCraft Brood War. Counter-Strike is Super Smash Bros. Melee. It's the game that stayed in its best form and only got slightly better, didn't change beyond that. And that's why we love Counter-Strike. New games come out, meta changes every month, every 2 months, whole game changes. You like certain months of it. It's frustrating. Okay, we like Counter-Strike because it just gets closer to perfection every single day. It's a great game. The only issue, said as before, is that people have is that the game feels like it's getting a little stale. And I think the other thing, though, for players is that a lot of people aren't playing Counter-Strike right now, even though they want to, just because they feel like they don't have friends that will play Counter-Strike with them. And I think that is a huge problem right now. A lot of people want to play CS with their friends because that's, how the game's meant to be enjoyed. But it's not fun playing with random lobbies. That's like super unfun. And it's not fun playing CS day in, day out as your main game when you don't have friends to play with. So that's why we started using this yesterday. It was an amazing success already on day one, right? We're going to make it's subscribers only. We know pretty much all of each other. We're all of all skill levels, every single matchmaking rank all the way up until like main advanced players. And we have been 10-manning for years. But now with the Faceit Hub, we're able to run the 10 mans all day long with no interruptions. You can queue up, you can go do something, come through, get in the next game, and you don't have to ask. You can be from Europe or NA. Right now it's an NA hub. Maybe in the future when we're really populated, we can do Europe, but we have tons of Europeans play. There's usually like 5 Europeans in every single game. Unfortunately, they've got to run it with like 100 plus ping, but it's super fun. Everybody's friends, and this would be a great place to find and meet friends. If you're a subscriber on the stream, you've subscribed but you haven't been in a while, come through. We're doing the hub now 2 to 7. I'm gonna be playing 10 mans within this hub the entire day. If you want to play Counter-Strike, you want to meet some friends, you want to get to become more of a part of the BOXR community, come through the BOXR Faceit Hub by subscribing to the stream, and then we'll send you an invite to the hub. You get in the Discord, and then we get you in the hub, and then we play games, and we'll just play games all day. And I think, honestly, I'm going to be doing this pretty much. I had so much fun yesterday. I think I'm going to be doing this like a whole lot. So Yeah, let's get this hub super populated. And I want to get to the point where the 10 mans are going on whether or not I'm streaming. You know, I want to see people in queue when I'm not streaming. And it's so easy to now just get in the queue and wait for 10. That no excuses anymore. So let's get it going. Let's get this community completely off the ground. I think this is great. Thank you so much to Face It for making the hubs. I didn't realize how powerful and how easy it was to do these. This has been an absolute revolution for the BOXR community running the Face It hub. The amount of people that played yesterday, look at them. This is all just yesterday. 1 day of games. Played 5 matches. It was so good. Okay. So, yeah, that's it for that. Definitely come through the stream. Twitch.tv/Launches. I'll be streaming when this is live. Monday to Thursday, 2 to 7. Strict schedule. Might stream Friday. Might stream Saturday. Might stream Sunday. Okay? That's every single week. All right. So now we're going to go into the game. Aleksib 19-3, 114 ADR, 86% KAST, 2.0 rating roughly here on the CT side of Train. And we've got a custom resolution. And he's playing, well, this is what we're looking at the pro settings. I don't know. So I actually messaged him about stuff like this. And Aleksib told me that he believed that if more players who are more popular or like ROPS, who are as popular as ROPS, played on 16:9, 1920 by 1080, that more people would use it, and there's no difference in the reses. He cites CS as just being more of a confidence game than anything else, or such a confidence game, and it's about comfort. And well, he's found some comfort here on 1440 by 1080. So to set up a custom resolution, because I think if you're going to use some kind of stretch res, it might as well not be vertically stretched, right? A 1080 resolution, come on, let's be reasonable. So 1728 is good 1610 resolution, where you're 1610 but not stretched vertically, and the same goes for 4.3, 1440 by 1080 here. To create this resolution, I don't know how to do it on AMD, sorry. There would probably be a great YouTube video out there for you. If you're on NVIDIA, you go ahead to change resolution, and then you can click on customize here. Okay, wait. I don't know why you can't click on customize. Oops. I'm just going to exit out of this, I guess. Okay. All right, here. So you go, I set these up already. Oh, okay. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Cancel, customize, and then you can go create custom resolution, and then leave all the other parameters the same. Just change this to 1440 or 1728. Click test, click apply, save it, and then you've got a custom resolution. Boom. All right, let's see what we're getting into a very special 1440p custom resolution. Let's check it out. Let's see how it goes here for Mr. Aleksib. Hope you guys are all having a wonderful day. And I've decided I'm going to keep the demo UI open just for the skip round feature. I can go ahead and try to, oops, I'm going to change that. I'm going to go ahead and try to, yeah, there's no skip round feature that I can bind. So instead of fast forwarding all the time, I'm just going to keep the demo UI open. It's probably a bit easier. And we'll see. So we've got this interesting, like T-fire setup here where MVK is staring down Ivy and Aleksib scouting outside as the bomb enters into the B site. And we can see, like, you know, how much sharper this resolution is for a 4.3 res, which should be the appeal. But wow, OG got juked. It's an outside play the entire time. Aleksib and Co going to be rotating out. So the backlane's rotations here is very common. Again, you see how everybody kind of rides the wall on rotates. So they're going all the way back here, and they're not walking into any situation where they're going to have to split their attention between two angles. They're coming up through Ivy to Old Bomb, and then fighting all of this, the kind of a more narrow amount of angles into the site, creating a kind of cone fire in front of them. So, but if they came up, instead of Ivy, if they came up through Old Bomb here, you know, the angles are, there's just it's much more great. The amount of angles that you have to fight, the peaks that you have to deal with. If you come out here and then you can start fighting Hell, which is a common after plan spot, and then work on the site like this, and chop things up a little bit better. And so both are okay, but it's important to do it together. And it's nice to kind of wrap and make sure that, like, let's say you came up Old Bomb and they were playing Ivy themselves, then that would be a nightmare. If that makes sense. So this time around, Aleksib will be playing around the E-Box. And you see this particular position, it's safe from the ladder as well as safe from T-Con. And periodically checking in on both of these choke points. The full Deagle no armor purchase up. Goal here for G2 is to get that majority death round, like try to get 3 kills. That's a huge victory for the T's at this point. Bomb down would supplant the money lost for the Deagle purchases. And smoking T-Con off. Big power move here. If you smoke this off and they're on the other side, sometimes, you know, on the rifle rounds, even if you don't use the smoke itself, teams get scared. They don't want to respect the smoke, and they don't want to know the CTs are aware of what they could be doing. So throwing that smoke down, whether you're sitting in T-Con or not, can be very powerful, just because it kills time off the clock and shakes the confidence of the other team. You know, very simple round, simple retake here for OG. Aleksib B, bonus round, holding on to the MP9. G2 do a lot of rounds like this where they kind of fake and execute with just a bunch of flashbangs. They do this on Dust 2 as well, and then they'll just try to pull out as much emergency utility as they possibly can. I think it's a great call to do this on a bonus round such as this one, where OG are hoping that they do something fast, almost just like trying to get up to close angles and just run at them like banelings. Looks like with that Ivy presence, Aleksib B wants to try to get close to the action as opposed to staying far back or top of a bomb train, and this could be a nicely timed push. Here's the scope that might allow him to push, yeah. Yeah, that's free. Kenny S, you know, scoped up on that angle would be strange. And here is an extremely powerful op angle for the middle of the site. It cuts down like a butter knife through anybody crossing from the left or the right, and you don't even have to flick. In Aleksib's mind, you know, if that guy comes out ladder, he's dead. If he comes from the left, he's dead. Comes from the right, he's dead. Everyone's dead on equal terms there. It's such a powerful angle to hold. Cuts the entire outside site in half. One more reason, of course, why it's important to threaten Ivy as a T, so that that position is not easy to sit in. But in those mid or late round situations, one of the #1 spots that you want to go to. That's a value tolv right there. They force the action, fall back off smokes. And this is where you see things change a bit. They tighten up. The Sneaky Jacks got out to hell, but still 4v2. Aleksib just crouch sliding out. Denying plant would mean the worlds, on top of actually winning the rounds. Last man spotted, last man dead. OG flip 4-0. Solid half so far. G2 taking a huge interest in the way that G2 call. Love their style of calling. It's dynamic, it's practical. It's got a lot of tempo changes. It's very fun to watch. Okay. Could be dangerous here to get opt. Mantu goes 1 for 2 versus after Issa ends up dying for OG. 2-1 in trades, and Aleksib's got some targets here. Don't know where Kenny S is right now. Okay, back of Ivy. And now it's another kind of move of position here. Playing for 1 kill is absolutely good enough, of course, in a 4v2 situation. You want to just trade down to 0. The only way you lose is almost by playing a more common position. If you're either untradeable or, and I think you can see here, Kenny S is actually playing that spot to, yeah, the same spot that we saw Aleksib be in last round. Because it's just so much information all at once. And I wouldn't be surprised if he wins this. Drops the shot just barely. Scary, of course, seeing Kenny S on the screen, knowing how quick he is, but the instant headshot for Aleksib having a game and a half already. And again, we see this position it just reaps benefits in those mid to late round spots. Spotting for the Olaf jump out. Nice passive angle. Using an op he wouldn't have bought in for himself, I'm assuming. Double op here with Montu. And it's an inner rush, which is actually going to make this a very stressful round for the CTs because they've got 2 ops and Montu's inside, and G2 have a fair bit of utility, so I wouldn't be surprised if OG end up saving here if it takes too long to clear this out. But this is a nice play. You know, they lose a player. They double push, they get the big flank off, and G2 haven't made a decision yet, which is the key part. If G2 had gone straight to inner, they would have been in a prime position. But now, OG have some confidence that it is going to be an inner hit. They've got Issa close up with the rifle. And the op shots come in. And we can see how drastically the round changed. Because, oh, okay. Because OG decided to get information back very quickly, and they picked the right position to do it in. Okay. Bit confused here. Is there a player in Z right now? Seems like there is. Aleksib seems half concerned about it, and it doesn't seem like he's clearing right here. Oh, there, it's spotted. Okay. Gun barrel sticking out. Last player on the flank. Aleksib going to maybe get on it. Ah, very clean. A 4-kill round here for Aleksib as the IG player as well. Fantastic cleanup by him. Looking sharp as ever. Sharp as that stiletto. How will he play it? Pull off flash. Don't know the grenades they used for T-Con. Maybe just the Molotov. I like to pair the Molotov with an HE. The HE versus a rush actually will slow them in the Molotov and do initial impact damage. Really effective versus rushes. And of course, Molotovs need a second or two before they're at full effectiveness. When they first land, they're not going to do as much damage, especially players running through them, and they don't slow anybody down. Now, paired with the flash or an HE, I think they're immensely more powerful. This aggressive spot is great. This is a position you want to find yourself in as a CT as often as possible. This is what, you know, Fallen. That's why I've always called Fallen the king of train when I've casted, is because he was the first guy to really just put himself out there as an opper and not just sit back in passive positions and hope he doesn't get flashed. People these days they're playing more around 5, not so much inside of Ivy or around Ivy as a CT. This allows the CTs to become put in more tradable positions and be more fluid at the top of the site. This will probably catch him off guard. Nice reaction time on that pick. And yeah, just good focus on it. There it is. It'll be a save now as G2 run out of ideas. Given too much space almost. They were given so much space that they ran out of oxygen. They didn't know what to do with it. $14 KD here for Aleksib B. Aleksib sometimes goes A, sometimes goes B. Spotting for the boost. Looking for any number of tricks. G2 have cut noise completely, as we can see. Train's kind of a fun map to analyze. And someone's jumped out Olaf. Aleksib seems to realize that. High HSP even for just opping and deagling for most of this game. And now it's the Rotato through Z. Not too many grenades here for the T's to defend or delay. With the amount of grenades left on the CTs, this should be an easy retake. CT B retake on Train is all about utility, of course, because there are not many great spots to stand in fighting players in the back of the site. Sitting behind these trains, they're open on both sides. Someone can push up or sit cloud, clear oil. There's basically, you're going to sit behind any one of these trains, and that's where most of the positions are. And all of these positions are easily Molotoved, easily cleared, easily HE'd. And so for the CTs, again, it's just all about utility. And for the Ts, it's about getting them stuck in Z back lanes for as long as possible before they can attempt the retake. And that's how you win. Didn't spot it. Maybe he did see it. Maybe not quite as blinded as I assume there on the spectator cam. But he takes some damage and he lives and he falls back. So clears out Ivy, and then we could see taking a small risk here and getting to this position. Even though he could get lurked on, he did his job there, cleared it, took a risk. And since G2 now are even lower numbers, he's going to feel even more confidence sitting this very, very powerful angle. However, they've avoided his crosshairs. Whoa, don't even know where that bullet came from. It's some type of interplay, but Hunter, he's all alone. So he's going to have to make some hasty rotation back around. And here, I believe, Aleksib's going to watch back lanes, and Montu can help him out and make sure that no one can wrap. And you can see he's going to be patrolling between a few of these positions, covering his own back, but also helping and making sure Aleksib can't get shot in the side of the head. And Aleksib, he's just going to lock this down. No one's coming Ivy on my watch, he says. And that's it. The 17-0 mark for Aleksib B. And it was hard fought and well earned. Hard fought, my boy. Hard fought. I wonder now, I don't know. I guess at some point Aleksib B... No, I mean, he still is using the same AWP that Kenny gave him as a present so many rounds ago. He's kept it in perfect condition as well. Still factory new in this bitch. 18-0. So as we can see from the mini-map, it's like a quote-unquote shitty fake here for G2. Trying to make as much presence with one person. I like one-person fakes. I mean, sometimes they're not effective, but on rounds like these, if you can keep the attention of the CTs even a little bit, it might help out a lot for the execute on the other side of the map. And if you only have to use one person to do it, sometimes it's worthwhile. Plus, they could get lucky, get a lurk frag. You never know. But you've got to take risks on ecos, because you don't have much to lose and lots to gain by getting that bomb down. (10-0) here for OG. 18-0 on the half for Aleksib B. On the half. The offense smartly using all of their timeouts. Next up, what the hell, guys? And Ivy is on lockdown. Enters the play once again. Opening kill, though, to OG. Rotates in. And Aleksib, we're going to assume he's going to rotate old bomb here. Valde trying to stop the exec before it happens, and here's a first round for G2. One would assume. Again, 2 ops on the retake. Very unlikely. G2 would have to throw this away. They would have to completely throw this. They'd have to pick it up and pitch it. Ooh, lots of good utility damage here from the T's. And we can see it's just, you know, off very unfavorable to go and try to retake. But you know what? Deagle in these close positions, kind of strong. All right, well, there's the first kill to go down, and T's are melting. But Hunter sneaks up through a smoke, and he gets the second frag. Montu might be the important one there. Honestly, OG had that for a second if Hunter didn't get that second kill as well. Montu's pissed. Damn, Aleksib goes down. They almost had the timing on the inner hit, or Valde got flashed through. They were just too far down the ramp. He just got instant one bulleted it. Bulleted it. I like the inner hits at this point for G2. Just makes sense. Make the early round seem similar to the last. Try what worked last time again. That's the kind of calling that I really do like to see. They'll have another go at it. And this time OG will pull back even sooner. Wow. Because the money, although they have 110 rounds in a row, the money is not amazing here for OG. Save call is made, and we move on forward. They can't afford another close retake situation that they lose. We see how that one kill from Hunter had a huge knock-on effect in this half already. I think the hard part about CS is not necessarily getting that lucky one kill. It's about playing the advantage from there on out to a victory. This is where Nexa has to come in and make sure to play the rounds out perfectly for his team. And once again, going back to inner, again, I'm not against it. I like it. Only problem is they've lost that opening kill. Rotations are here, and they're fast. One's through Z. Inner guy, Valde goes down quick. The trades are going back and forth. The bomb is not down, though. Bomb's not planted. 50 seconds up, which is fine, but how are they going to get these kills, man? Oh, Kenny S will find a way. He forges one from the flames. Oh my gosh, it's a huge round from Kenny S. The masterful 4K by Mr. Kenny S. And another B hit, because that's what works. And they did that 4v5 this time around. Valde's come up a bit shy in this half. To the top of the ladder, no one there. But you gotta shoot your shot. You never know if anyone's actually gonna be there. But sometimes there's 5. Let's take a quick peek at the utility damage. I don't think Aleksib has been throwing tons of grenades. Oh, he got 200. Yeah, he's actually leading the charge. Okay. Okay. And see how a G2 have been very hard to read in some sense. It's OG giving them space at Ivy, even though there's been a few rounds where they could have taken it down. Just because G2 have sent one to lurk sometimes, And this allows G2 to just go back to this inner hit that has been working out so well for them. And now they put together a pretty competent half just off of that. That one, I'm going to say it, that one kill from Hunter. That kill that he shouldn't have got on Mantu was waiting for him on the other side of the smoke, inside of the Z on that retake where it made it a 2v2. That one kill, and then some good calling from Nexa is what brought G2 back into this half entirely. And there's Aleksib going and looking to see if there is going to be anything Ivy. And this time he doesn't see it. He smokes deep. And they have T-Con control, so now they seem to be clued in a bit to the thought that it's just going to be another inner head, you know. But yeah, in a sense, a little late, but not too late, of course. They get still on for an 11-4 half here, and they should be in a better position to just get it. They're very prepared. However, they get the 5v4 this time. Jax isn't the first person to die. It's Valda, who again has struggled a bit here inside the B site. And some of the trades are going, but they're just a bit better for G2. So one step closer, but OG chime in a bit late. They chime in a bit late to the things that they could have done a bit sooner. And I mean, this didn't even work necessarily, so that's quite a gap. Interesting to see that. You could see the thought process going on in this demo. That was a good one. I really like that. First of all, fantastic game from Sexy Aleksib. That was super sick, and we learned so much. It's good to watch a new map instead of instead of Mirage Cat demos 3 times a week. That one was cool. Good to see Aleksib play. Want to see more demos just like that one. And yeah, that was sweet. That was sweet. I really like that. Oh, see this? Not put on medical leave. It's I think it's due to burnout, which is sad, very sad, because Nock hasn't even been playing Tier 1 CS for that long. But that's really rough, you know. There's a lot of pressure. Yeah, there's a lot of pressure on the players to put up every single day that people don't see from the outside, and it's this pressure to play when you're not playing, to practice or prepare. You know, if your goal is number 1, you really got to give it your all, and that can just take a lot out of you. So that is tough, but they've got a very good COO, Jonas Gunderson, and what seems like a great coach as well. So hopefully, you know, it's not Nock disappearing forever. He's super good. I mean, I feel like Nock on NIP makes them, you know, top 5 contender. So hopefully they'll be back in full force soon. But yeah, this is burnout, something that has to be taken seriously. And sad to see another one taking a break. But we see from Astralis that you can survive burnout. You can survive a break, which is not something we knew about players for all this time. We didn't know that you could survive taking breaks. Lots of players take breaks. They don't come back. They don't make it again. Okay. So again, guys, if you want, you know, for a subs are like 20% off this month. You play for a month, play 10 mans. If you're looking for a community to play with, subscribe to my stream, and then you can play. And we'll play at least 4 days a week. And hopefully by the end of the week, we'll get to the point where people are checking the hub to play 10 mans all the time. You know, don't be shy. Queue up, come through, all skill levels, all regions, wherever you want to come from. We literally played with people from Turkey, people from Australia. It's not as fun, of course, if you're from Australia or if you're from Europe, but if you don't mind, come through. You're always welcome. All right? Cheers, everybody. See you in the stream.